Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here. This video is going to be a quick guide for the Cathedral of Eternal Night on Mythic difficulty. I'm just going to go through the bosses and kind of give you a rundown on what to do. And on that note, let's go ahead and get started. The first boss you see here is this giant tree. Basically, you just have to worry about his adds that he summons. I will say really quick for the tank, he does have a Timber Smash, I believe it's called. And you might want to use a personal cooldown for that, or mitigation, or whatever suits you best. But it does hit quite hard. I think 5 to 6 million damage without actually looking it up. It's quite a bit of damage, so you want to deal with that accordingly. So he's going to have two different types of lashers. Fulminating lashers explode on impact, so you want to try to kill them before they reach their target if possible. And then succulent lashers, they can do succulent secretion, which is going to hit everybody for like 1.8 million, and they'll leave a pool on the ground, and if that pool is stepped in, it will probably kill you. So basically, kill the adds accordingly, and then just live from Timber Smash. There's also a Choking Vines. You have to run 20 yards away to break Choking Vines. So that's important to note as well. If you have Choking Vines on you, run 20 yards away from where the vine is protruding from to break that. The next boss, after you kill this eye in the library, he's going to hop on down, and what you're going to have to do with him is actually pretty easy. Basically, he'll do like an AoE type ability. Everyone needs to run out of that, of course. Now, if you're ranged, you can think, well, maybe I'll just stand on the outside between these bookcases. That's not a good idea either, because he's going to do a similar ability, except for it hits harder and it sweeps around the outside. You see Heave Cudgel, and it's kind of like a tornado on the outside, so you do need to be aware of that. He's also going to do a Focused Gaze. Now, this is kind of common sense here. As you can see, Focused Gaze is on our Druid Healer, and he needs to go behind the bookcase to break that Focused Gaze, Scornful Gaze, I'm sorry. And when you don't, you will get one shot. So you definitely want to break that on the outside of the bookcase. Now, if this fight would last longer, he could summon adds as well. They're little books. One silences the group, one slows, and one charms one member that's broken at 30%. Now, we were lucky to kill him quick enough to where he didn't summon the books, but that is something that he will eventually do on Mythic difficulty. Overall, very easy boss that we were able to skip mechanics with because of DPS. Now this boss is a little bit more difficult, but not really. Basically, you see the Aegis of Agrimar in the center. Now you're going to run in there only when he casts Chaotic Energies. You don't want him to hit that otherwise. I do believe, based on the wording of the abilities, that can eventually break if the fight takes too long or you let it get hit with other abilities. So you only want to run in there during Chaotic Energies. That hits the entire raid for a massive amount of damage, and you can break it with that. He does do a Cleave ability as well, and basically he's just going to be summoning adds from these portals on the outside. There you see Chaotic Energies, and we are just tanking the boss portal to portal and killing the adds as they come out. So as you see on Mythic difficulty, they summon these the giant chick demons. I think they're called Shavanas. And so we'll kill those as well. And we're just going to go portal to portal and close them off as we go. Let me think if he has any other big abilities. He does have a Frenzy, so the tank just has to deal with that accordingly. Basically, he'll just do increased damage like a normal Frenzy would do. There is also an ability called Approaching Doom, which I don't believe we had to deal with again because our DPS was good enough. And based on the texting of that, that would mean that after enough time passed, a bigger, stronger ad would come out. I don't know exactly what that ad is, but you would have to deal with that ad if it was summoned. Obviously, if you had the boss low enough, you could probably just burn the boss, but you might have to deal with that. Now, after you defeat him, these little bats will come out, and then Illidan will come out and say, I'll take care of the bats. You deal with Mephistroth, and Mephistroth, ironically, is the name of my demon hunter, so I kind of think that that's cool. And so this fight is really super easy. You'll see Mephistroth make his appearance here shortly, but this fight is super easy. It just involves a little bit of coordination. Now, you do not have to have your tank hold the Aegis of Agrimar. What you're going to want to do is have the best person who can do it hold the Aegis of Agrimar. So the quickest, twitchiest person would be what I would say. Maybe the best PvPer in the group hold the Aegis of Agrimar. If your tank can do it, that's great, but it doesn't have to be your tank. So, and you'll see why in a little bit. Now, he's going to have a Carrion Swarm ability. You just want to make sure you're not standing in that cone if you can avoid it. And then he's also going to put like a little debuff on the ranged, and if there's not enough ranged on melee. and basically you want to run that out of the group if possible, because it's going to put a big fell spike up, and you just don't want anyone to get hit by that. I'm actually showing a white first because we cheesed it the second attempt, or the second time, and just kind of burn him down before he could get to the phase I was talking about with the Aegis of Agromar. So kind of, again, not the real way to do it, but kind of the way to do it. You'll see how bad we fail here, and this is important to see too, to see how not to do it, I suppose. So these ads are going to spawn on the outside. Now, Illidan's trying to reveal the true Mephistroth. These are like little shadows of him. Now, you can go around the outside and kill them. The tank or whoever else is in the center, trying to deflect these shadow orbs from hitting Illidan. Every time he's hit, it interrupts his cast. If he gets his cast off, he reveals Mephistroth, and then you can finish the fight. There's also a ticking debuff going on you at this point, and that will eventually wipe you. It's eventually going to be unhealable because it stacks as well. So what I would actually suggest doing is, instead of trying to kill all the ads like we were, is if you are going to help out by doing that, is just to kill ads in one side of the room, or 1/3 of the room, I should say. And that way the person holding the Aegis never actually really has to turn it off. You can see him running around just trying to touch them. That's not how the mechanic works. You need to actually block them. So just running around touching them with your Aegis won't do it. You need to actually block them. So here you see the actual kill fight. And what we did here, we had heroism. We had some pretty good DPS, including myself. And you can, the second phase is on a timer, not a percentage of health. So you can burn him and not have to deal with that second phase at all. So I popped the potion even, and I just went all out, and I did really good myself, but everyone did well, and we were actually able to get him down without having to deal with that second phase. So next time I go in there, I think I'm going to grab the Aegis of Agromar and try to do it, unless our tank is supremely confident or he's already done it. That's the biggest thing of the whole fight, really, is can you do the shield correctly. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Thumbs up and sub as always. Also comment below, share the videos. Appreciate it so much. You can also check me out at Twitter at WowGamingInc. And at Twitch with the tag name KneecapKilla. So everyone have a good one, and see you again soon.